Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're finally going to work on the Barracuda again, can you believe it? I'll run you guys through what we're going to do for this video in a second. Before I do that, I want to share my frustration with you guys, right? So this Land Rover Defender 90 I built in high school, so that's like 4 or 5 years ago now, and it ran fine for the most part, minimal issues and such. I don't think I've ever featured this car, so let me know if you guys want like a full breakdown and a walkthrough of everything I did on this car. But anyways, the problem I have with it is I came to the shop today, and when I stopped here I saw that the coolant was leaking, and I was like, damn, is it like overheating or something, because the temperature was a little bit high. And I thought, okay, maybe faulty thermostat or temp switch, blah 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 blah. No, turns out the problem is much bigger. At first I couldn't pinpoint what it was until I checked the coolant level, right? So we're gonna do this again. Now look what happens when I let air into the system. Just need to get under here. Do you hear that? We have blown, oh damn, antifreeze on my phone, fuck it. So as you can see there, we have blown a gasket on the, oh dear, give me a sec. Sorry about that, I was getting drenched in antifreeze, which is not a good time. So it turns out that the problem is the gasket of a front accessory drive assembly. I think that's a proper term for it. That gasket has blown. Now unfortunately on this engine, which is a 4.6 Range Rover V8, it is a pain in the ass to replace that gasket, because it's not as simple as just pulling the water pump and a few pulleys off. You have to remove the entire block, and that block is bolted to the engine block and is also bolted to the oil pan. I think you can see it in that previous snippet, just rewind a bit. Yeah, so all of the front accessories have to come off, the oil pan has to be dropped, and then I can pull that stupid thing off and replace a gasket, which is an absurd amount of effort that I'm not in the mood for right now, and I'll have to order the gaskets anyways, which will take time. So what I'm going to do for the time being, I'm going to put this car under covers. We're going to get cracking with the Barracuda, and when those parts come, well, the gaskets for this Land Rover, I think I might make a few videos about that, because, you know, it will broaden the channel's audience to Land Rover fanatics as well. Which, by the way, I really like Land Rovers, but if you're considering to buy a Land Rover and you are not an absolute Land Rover lover, just don't do it. Trust me, it is not worth your soul, your tears, or your money, because you're going to be working on it for the rest of your life. Okay, so for the Barracuda stuff, I want to get the seat frames, well, seats stripped, so that I can clean the seat frames, because I have to like cut out these old rusted bolts and weld in new ones, etc., fix all the rust and whatnot, so that they can go for reupholstery. We'll also do the same to the bench, and then if there is time in this video, we'll fix the engine mount situation. I got some steel plates from a friend, though I overestimated the thickness I was gonna need. So this is like 4 millimeters thick, and it's kind of difficult to work with, especially if I have to like put in these slots. So I think instead of making my own engine mounts, I'm gonna stick to the original plan of cutting those off. I'll just like repair them where need be, and then welding them over, and then also we need to strip the rear differential. So some time-lapse goodness, we're gonna get right to it. Stay tuned. Right, so I finished stripping the seats. Let me quickly run you through the situation. The front seats are in quite rough shape, like their padding has all but disintegrated, so we'll need new foam padding for them. They're quite rusted, so they'll need a lot of cleanup. These bolts are like broken, well, studs, so they'll need to be cut off. New ones need to be welded in. Yeah, so the front seats need a lot of work. The back seats, however, is in a better condition. Well, its frame at least. It has a little bit of rust at the bottom, but that should be easy to clean up. The backrest of the back seat is in a great condition. Like, I don't think I need to do anything else on this. Its foam padding is in a way better condition as well than the foam padding of the front seats. So much less work here. They'll just need to be reupholstered. However, for the mechanism that drops down the back bench so that it's flush with the trunk floor, this little arm that connects it was kinked really bad, like almost 45 degrees. So obviously it didn't work. Now I've straightened it out as best as I could, but obviously now this material is compromised and it's not perfectly straight. So there's a very good chance that it's gonna kink again, because it has quite strong springs that the mechanism has to fight against. So it's a lot of effort to get into this mechanism, because once you have upholstered the seats, it's basically trapped inside. So I don't want to risk putting this back in when the seats are then upholstered, having it kink again, and then I can't use the mechanism at all. So I've opted to make a new arm out of a slightly thicker rod that is obviously more straight, so this will last. I got it nearly perfect. It's a little bit longer than it should be, but that should make a negligible difference. So yeah, we have a new rod for that. Another issue with this is it is missing the cams that are supposed to go on this square rod. It looks like almost like this, two little cam lobes that sits on each end of this, and it pushes against the lever to actually make the back bench fall down. Now I've checked online, you cannot buy them, so I'll have to like find some pictures from which I can kind of derive the dimensions and then make new ones to put back on here. Unless any of you by some chance have a spare set lying around or know where I can find some, please let me know. But yeah, we'll have to make these cams. They're quite a big deal. So yeah, that's it for the seats. Now I'm quickly just gonna get onto the engine mounts. Just gonna cut them off, weld them over, and then I think that's probably it for this video. I need to go get my sandblaster. It's not here at the moment. Once I have my sandblaster, we can sandblast all of the stuff and get to fixing it up. And yeah, making good progress. So cool. Okay, so I've been trying to cut off these engine mounts to move it over to that one, but it's been very problematic to say the least. Like, I've managed to get this one off and also cut out the damaged bit so that it can be patched in and repaired, but like now transferring it there is difficult. I'm out of gas for the welder anyways, and I can't seem to get this one off. Like, it just has too many awkward angles, and it also has bracing on the inside where I just can't get in with an angle grinder, even without the guard giving me more freedom of movement, which is super dangerous. So yeah, I'm just not having a good time with this situation, and I just really cannot be bothered making new engine mounts for it. It is really odd shapes. It's difficult to work with a material that I have on hand, and yeah, it's gonna be more effort than it's worth. So I'm gonna try and find a different KMember that does still have its engine mounts on and just go with that, and then I'll keep the one that I have without engine mounts. Maybe I can like use it in the future on a different car if I do a V8 swap or something for some reason. I don't know, I'll just keep that one, and this other piece of junk is going to the trash. I'm so frustrated. I'm just like, I can't deal with it anymore. So I think that's it for this video. I don't really have anything else to do yet because my sandblaster's not here and I'm waiting on parts, and I also have some other disassembly and cleaning stuff to do, which really isn't fun for videos. So that's it for now. Sorry guys, I know it wasn't the best video. I'm still trying to like get my bearings together and stuff now that I'm back and trying to get back into rhythm and whatnot. So yeah, like, just stay tuned for the next week's video. I'm sure that would be better, do some more exciting stuff. But yeah, for now I'm done finicking with this. I just can't be bothered anymore. All right, have a good week guys.